I was driving down the street and I was thinking about all these people that voted, that I'm talking about blacks that voted for Trump and praised him all during his campaign. And then, later on found out that not only did he like he said, he just wanted your vote. We're going to sit and tip on that. But then I got to thinking about that black college that went to the inaugural had to pay their own way, $350,000 to pay their own way, only to be affected by what Trump is doing, including that big beautiful bill, or that blah, blah, blah bill that he has going on. See, because right after he did that, he signed an executive order and been telling that lady, that wrestling woman who Harvard tore up, she can't really comprehend anything, to dismantle the Department of Education. Yeah, dismantle it, get rid of it. See, one thing about it is that half of America depends on student loans and financial aid to go to college. And they went up there and performed for him. And then he came back home and while they were bragging, he was signing executive orders to cut financial aid and dismantle the Department of Education. So you have to ask, which is their big FAFO, did they learn anything? What did it teach them anything? Well, probably some of them now probably cussing, but you know what? Folks who got caught up in this, if you notice, most of these Trump people who got caught up, especially some of these black folks who was on TikTok and all of that, talking about, they cutting off food, they finna cut off all these folks that's getting food stamps, they finna cut off all this waste and abuse and all of that, and all they finna cut off. But you know what? Come to find out, they part of the waste and fraud and abuse. Something to think about, ain't it? It's amazing. Just like all them they finna deport these illegal criminals and all of these rapists and these gang members, and then they come at your house and you say, well, my dad ain't a gang member. Yeah, but it don't matter. Yeah. See, the reality is that, you know what? Like I always, my family used to always say, you know what, is that if you do anything for money, if you just that low for money, people don't have no respect for you. You seeing there's no loyalty to a race anymore. Because DeSantis has got alligator Alcatraz. He booking it with Trump. He bragging about it. Yeah, you got Rubio up in there helping them dismantle, create all this chaos. He got 4-5 jobs. Well, I guess Trump said, well, he's a Hispanic he should have it. Yeah, one day pay for six jobs. You got Stephen Miller, his family is the Holocaust survivor. And I don't know what the Hispanics did to him along the way to make him hate the Americans or Hispanics. You got Florida, who's promoting racism. And then you got my own state, Tennessee. You got that old blonde, penis-sucking Marsha Blackburn. I tell you, she just can't get off that tip. She can't get off of it. She bragging about how beautiful that big, beautiful bill is and how wonderful it is. And instead of folks saying, you know what, enough is enough rhetoric, you still got white folks that saying, go ahead. Go on, Marsha. You doing good. Could you ask Trump not to do it to my family? That's why they need to keep the Department of Education. If you're going to be dumb and stupid, at least have common sense. It's like when they trying to get rid of the Department of Education, they got rid of common sense. I tell you, ain't nothing worse than being screwed, and somebody's screwing you over as they getting screwed. It makes no sense. But I don't think they learned anything because they haven't come out. You don't see Mississippians coming out. Mississippi is poor. If you drive down there, it's those casinos that really banked Mississippi. Because back in the day, Mississippi, including Tunica, you had to go through Sugar Ditch, through Tunica. I lived in Memphis, and you used to go through Tunica before you get to the casinos, which was on the banks of Tunica. All you saw was raggedy houses. Many of the houses, and this was back here in the 80s. Many of them houses still had outhouses. They didn't even have indoor-outdoor plumbing. It was the casinos that banked Mississippi, that made Mississippi to where it is today, where people flock there to live. South Haven was a two-cop town. Something to think about. Now, when these folks lose all their jobs, when the casino leaves and all these folks lose their jobs, Mississippi gonna once go again that thrived on, and the only reason why they got it was because Memphis was so holy that, they didn't want to deal with all of that. They didn't want to deal with the crime and all of that came with it. But Mississippi was more than happy to. More than happy to. And it's because of the casinos that they have thrived. They have, they thrive. They got beautiful apartments and everything. But had it not been for the casinos, they would have still been in poverty. See, many of these red states are in poverty. But they don't want to, a lot of people don't want to admit it, but they do. They are in poverty. Ramshacked houses. Even some parts of Tennessee. When you go on the side streets, you ought to see how Tennessee is. How raggedy it is. And then they got the nerve, here it is, they houses barely leaning by 2 plies of wood. This is when between Clarksville, Nashville, and Chattanooga. You see all them raggedy old houses and stuff that look like they barely living. You wonder how can somebody live like that? Debris and everything in their yard and house just leaning to the side like you gotta look at this like this way to even get to see the address. And then they got the nerve to have a Trump sign in their yard. You can't tell me that they not getting government assistance. And then this mofo is talking about cutting. You gotta talk about all that stuff. Mississippi. Go, everybody don't want to admit that they city. Most of these red states got rural areas that's so raggedy, you got to ask a question. Do anybody live there? What kind of, do they see TV? It's like they out of communication. And then they got the nerve to boast a Trump 2020 sign. Go past a Georgia. You go past a Georgia, you be like, oh my God, these little side streets, the houses are so raggedy, and Georgia is a beautiful state. You can see, but you got all of that, and then you got the nerve to be voting Republican, let alone Trump. See, this is where you hate somebody so much. All these programs that was designed to help you, some Hispanics took advantage of it. What you getting mad for? Some of these people from other countries took an advantage of. They had federal programs that'll help you fix your house, but you don't want to go and do that. You want to blame somebody else because you living in that 1-bedroom shack that smells like got dogs. How the hell you gonna have dogs around there in a damn house? I'm keeping it real. I'm gonna be honest. When I vote for the betterment. And I lived in Memphis, and there was programs where when we had a Democratic, I'm keeping it real. When we had Democrats that was working, there was programs to fix your house, programs like here now. This is a Republican state, but this is a Republican city. But you know what? They got programs that help you if your house need repairs, if this, that, this. But see, folks don't go research and find out how could they help. They get mad when shit look good on the other side, and then they want to sit here and blame, oh, it's Biden. Biden ain't been in office since when? 6 months. And you still got mofos blaming him for shit that Trump did. What is Trump that Trump trying to make it great? But then watch, when shit go left field, they still gonna want to blame Biden because they gonna say Trump tried to do it and people just blocking it. These judges just blocking it. God damn it, just say he fucked up and deal with that. Just say it. I fucked up and, you know, how am I going to get out of it? Midterm elections. They already trying to stop it now. Come on now. He already trying to stop it. And before he do anything else, he'll start a war before he sit here and give up that seat. You saw how he was the first time. How he caused the riot within. He trying to fix it where he don't give up that seat. He damn near building a Trump store on the White House ground. Our White House gonna have to be washed and clean and because it's not sacred anymore. Don't nobody respect it. Don't nobody respect it. But help me understand that. Mississippi State Valley, how you can sit here and go to school and look folks in the eye, you professors and administrators that sat there and told them young folks, go on down there, and that's a chance of a lifetime with a president, and then he cutting all your damn fun. How can you sit here and say he making America great again when you sitting up here, a couple of months ago talking about, and eggs back then wasn't but, $2.73. That's in here. Now they damn near $6. How the hell can you sit here and say he making your life better? You still waiting on that damn stimulus check that he promised you. Oh, but the first two came from that pandemic that Democrats put in that bill that Republicans didn't want to sign. Tell me, how can you sit here and praise a man who lives better than you, who ain't never served this country, didn't come from humble beginnings, and you got a nerve to live in a fucking shack that's holding up? Some of y'all I'm gonna tell you something. Next year, the housing market gonna be so damn dirt cheap. They're gonna be giving houses away. They're gonna be giving cars away. You said why? Because the tariffs is gonna be so high, people ain't buying houses now. Look around you. Look around you. You got folks who are going into foreclosure because you know why? Because their jobs are being affected. Their hours are being affected. Their income are being affected because all these years they've been living off of credit cards, loans, and all this other shit. Mostly whites. And then now they gotta scale it down. They gotta scale it down. You're going to be able to they're going to be giving you a house. But for all of you folks who voted for him, who couldn't vote, who said that things ain't changed, I'm going to say this, if it wasn't for them fighting Democrats up there, fighting for your fucking rights and convincing some of these guilt-ridden Republicans who know it's wrong and still going along with the program, if they wasn't fighting for you and fighting in them courts and all of that, we would have been in hell a long time ago. I'm not asking nobody to vote to become a Democrat. God damn it, y'all to look at your damn house and say, you know what? This shit he doing ain't working out for me. That should be it. If you don't look at nobody else's, y'all, look at your own ass. If that big beautiful bill come out, can you actually live with all the cuts and programs? Because some of y'all motherfuckers, y'all think that you know what, the way it's gonna change, it's gonna change where you gonna need a service, either SNAP or whatever. You gonna need something. At least if you can't pay your bills, at least you can go down there and get you something to eat. But when he start cutting off all these damn programs that help you to eat, help you to save your house, you gonna start seeing some more folks who are homeless ever before. See, you're cutting off your nose to spite your damn face. And some of you damn folks don't even see it because you thinking that immigrant getting food stamps, oh, they wasting the line. But then I tell you what, if that bill passed, it's a lot of you motherfuckers going to be sitting up here wishing and praying that they had that SNAP benefits. They're going to make it harder for you to eat. And when your kids got to take your ass to bed hungry and growling and crying, you going to wish you had never voted for that bastard again. And if you think I'm lying, karma is a motherfucker. Are you ready to get your part of your karma?